we on now. Uh, what's popping? What's dropping? This your boy live and direct in full effect out the 832. Y'all already know how Jimmy J Smooth do. I'm live and direct with my co-host and partner in crime at the 662. Y'all already know how he do, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna talk about some the latest sports news. There's a new number one in college basketball. And really, a lot of people consider them number one anyway, but there's a new number one in college basketball due to another rivalry. We're definitely going to talk about the Colin Kaepernick lawsuit and the aftermath of it. We're going to talk about a host of other things as well. So, what's popping? What's dropping, Craig?
Man, not much, man. Made it just in time to hear what you were saying and to answer the question. But yeah, got a couple of fan questions. He even got one. I guess somebody want to one question intrigued me. It was to you, Jimmy. It's something it's about a screw job in sports question.
Okay.
And they specifically asked you this question, but we gonna get to this question first. By the way, y'all, how is everybody? This is Craig Smith II here, born and raised in the 773, relocated to the 901. I was done putting up with the bullshit in the 256. Now I am officially back here in the 662. So you definitely know how I do if Jimmy J Smooth ain't already told you. But this question right quick comes from Chaco Sooner. That's the name. Chaco Sooner from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. And they want to know. They said, hello, Jimmy. They said, I know that the NFL has come and gone in about 3 to 4 weeks. And you had publicly said that you were done with the NFL. But in light of the two screw jobs that we witnessed in the NFC Championship game and AFC Championship game, what screw jobs from any sport have you seen that where you just outright want to just go to the actual event and beat the shit out of the person? But I get trying, from any sport, whether it's NBA, college football, basketball, or NFL, or whatever, what team you felt got screwed, and who did you felt like you just wanted to kick that at the screwer, so to speak, kick the ass of the screwer, so to speak.
Man.
That's good. But Chaco, that's a good one there, bro.
That's a tough one, dude. There's plenty of screw jobs that have been seen all over the world. Man, that's a tough one, brother. That's a difficult one off the bat. Man, that's a little tough one.
Yeah,
too many to name in this lifetime, so I can't even answer that one.
Me, man. Well, I can say though, the AFC Championship game of this year. No said. So
AFC Championship game, NFC and AFC, both conference championship was screw jobs. I mean, if you just want to be honest with you.
I mean, he said it. I mean, Chaco, you can't answer your question. I mean, shit. I gotta say, personally, when the 1990-91 UNLV team got screwed, Duke didn't have no fucking business. Everybody was supposed to be UNLV in the Final Four, in the Final Four. Wouldn't mind Arkansas beating UNLV, but fucking Duke, come on now.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So to me, that really was that to me that screw job is definitely the top of the list, with the NFC and AFC championship games as honorable mention. Because we all know, and everybody can tell you, they're talking about create that thing in the past, but hell, you got some guys that back then was writing for college basketball for everybody before Yahoo was a thing or whatnot. Shit, they even said the same thing. That UNLV team was better than that Duke team.
Yeah.
you know, I would have bought UNLV getting beat by Arkansas rather than for them getting beat by Duke that year. So, you know, Jimmy said it was a hard call for him on his end, but for me, it's got to be Duke over UNLV, which is a bunch of bullshit. So,
yeah, that's a tough one. That's too tough of a call.
Yeah.
That's too tough of a call because too many teams out there that got screwed in this lifetime. You know, hell, the Patriots have been at the receiving end of screwing people. Yeah, so it is what it is. So, what's the next question?
Well, that was one, but we was going because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna throw the ones at random what I could pull up from the email that I got pulled up from the email that I got. But we can talk about this this settlement thing. What's your thoughts on that, bro?
I mean, I think he's well entitled to a settlement. The NFL destroyed Colin Kaepernick's career. Colin Kaepernick was at the peak of his career, you know, and I'll tell you something else. It wouldn't have shocked me any if the NFL had anything to do with the 49ers organization being dismantled the way they were. Because how the fuck
already know?
How the fuck Harbaugh go from going to the Super Bowl, going to 3 consecutive NFC Championship game, to a fucking 7-9 season, take a job at Michigan, which he's doing a shit job at Michigan for the coaching experience that he has. Let's just keep it 1,010. You know, Harbaugh would. I think at some point, Kaepernick, had Harbaugh not left, had they not screwed up that team, they would have had he would have had a Super Bowl ring by now.
Yeah,
he would have had a Super Bowl ring by now. But I think the NFL was in on this man's.
Hell yeah!
I think they were in on that. But
you also the finger point goes to that sorry ass GM Trent Baalke, because from what I was reading, it said he would be going back crying to Jed York, who is a terrible owner. I'm sick and tired. He's demanding. He's always demanding. Okay, if you the coach, I mean, there are a lot of coaches that went to GMs and demanded a lot of things. Bill Parcells for one.
Yeah.
I mean, the big tuna, not the big kahuna, big tuna himself. He was one. Your favorite coach you like to hate, but you have to respect him for always staying a step ahead on shit. Bill Belichick. He's another one. Shit. Even Shaq said it. Even Shaq said it himself when he went about with that incident when he voiced his opinion about the LeBron and Charles Barkley situation. He said yeah, as players we got a right, players and let alone coaches, we have a right to go to our GMs and tell them who we like to have on our team. And Shaq said himself, we don't give a damn if the GM feel we just crying or whatever. We just basically telling you to do your job. You know, and Shaq has said it in the past. Whether it's superstars or coaches, they got a right to go to their GM or step further, or if need be, step on some damn toes. Because there have been some players, NBA, NFL in the past that basically said, man, fuck the GM, go to the owner. I just named one right off the bat. Parcells, he was known to do that. He said, no, I ain't talking to GM. I'm going to talk to the owner. The GM don't want to listen to me. I'm talking to the dude that's running his team, really.
Yeah. So,
if you got to step on some toes, hey, you got to step on some toes. But Trent Baalke was not a good GM. And Richard Sherman, he stayed faulting Harbaugh because of the fact that Harbaugh didn't draft him. But then when he finally came to the realization that it wasn't Harbaugh's call, it was Trent Baalke's call. Because he wanted Richard Sherman. He wanted Doug Baldwin.
Yeah.
But Richard Sherman was at that time, he was smelling his shit. I like the guy. But at the time when he was at the Seahawks, he was smelling that Seahawks shit and got talking bad about Harbaugh, man. And Harbaugh, he said, I never had no bad things to say about Richard. And he said, if Richard wants to blame somebody, start at the top, not me. You know, and you know, even Harbaugh basically killed him with kindness. So, and look where Sherman at now. He with the 49.
Yeah. Yep.
So you can't, I mean, so hey, but you know, but with that 49 thing, Jimmy, you are onto something on there because yeah, I solidly believe, and even some old 49ers faithful. Big shout out to Trey Murphy, who in his own way, maybe sometime maybe don't believe or don't want to believe. Sometimes getting him to believe without something is like trying to get number 45 out of office. But I'm being funny about that. But I really do believe that there was collusion on the part, you know, because the NFL and in the clip, even Shannon Sharpe even said it best. He subtly hinted and alluded to the NFL has their finger in the pie on a lot of shit. We've been knowing that for the longest. Anytime when the NFL wanted to fucking sue Al Davis, all people, Al Davis and Al Davis and Al Davis basically told the NFL, man, fuck you. Al Davis was the Stone Cold Steve Austin of the NFL before Stone Cold was what he was today. You know, shout out to him. But yeah, you know, Kaepernick got what he deserved. Let's not forget Eric Reid too. So. From what I heard, him and Eric Reid gonna split. They're gonna split the take, and Eric Reid re-signed him, the Carolina's new owner. And get this, word is that New England with Robert Kraft. You know how you think Meek Mill got off of that because of Robert Kraft. Go back and listen to that clip about what Shannon Sharpe said about that. They're saying it's a toss-up between New England and Carolina. Maybe getting Colin Kaepernick. I'll put it like this. If I was Carolina, I'd go after Colin, dog, because Cam's shoulder, that type of shoulder surgery he had, is going to take about at least another year for him to heal up.
Well, you know something. If I'm Colin Kaepernick, I wouldn't even come back to the league. Well, I would take that payout and keep it going, really, to be honest with you, because I mean, they took away your best years, dude. How old is Colin? He gonna be 30, 32 next year? 31? Come on, man. They took your best years from you, bro. I wouldn't even come back to the league. Quarterbacks need as much playing time and as much reps as possible, man. And if they didn't take this dude a couple of years ago, wasn't trying to get this dude on board a couple of years ago, I wouldn't even take that look. I would just take the money and just keep it moving. That's just me.
He got the rest of his money from that San Fran contract.
Yeah.
Then turn around, Nike signed him to basically what was double, because shit, Nike got bread. And then he getting his 80. Then him and Eric Reid, they're gonna split that money. So let's just say he probably gonna get, 4 out of 80 million. He gonna have 40. I mean, Colin straight. As long as he don't make bad investments, and because shit, that 80 million to him, that 40 million to him, and that 80 million ain't nothing but pocket change, And shit, Eric Reid, that's pocket change to him. Excuse me. That's pocket change to him on top of the money he getting with. But I for that, and that picture I sent you, man, the one about what Colin was saying, believing something even to me sell out of court. And I did not thumbs up that that was accidental thumbs up on it afterwards on the Sport Talk group. Because everybody found that picture to be funny though. But I think the best one where I replied to Jamil Hill was to just do it there with Colin smiling when he said they salty as fuck right now, talking about the owners. So my big ups to him, because hey, he got his money, and really I'm gonna tell you, and this is why I really think why they just went on here and sell out of court. They didn't want to make it no big hoopla.
Yeah, because they knew the racist ass emails is gonna ultimately come out. the racist ass email was gonna come out. So they knew what time it was.
It didn't. And wasn't it an employee of the NFL basically bust out and say that there was collusion? And it was a female. It was a female.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, she doesn't even work for the NFL anymore. She works somewhere else now.
Yeah, she just got transferred, but no, that was collusion there, and they knew it. John Elway was running his big ass mouth, so I mean that was clearly collusion on the end of the NFL.
Yep, and like Shannon said, look where all these guys like Nathan Peterman and Josh Jackson at now at this at the new football league. And man, on a side note of that, as you know, the Memphis that football team they done lost 2 straight games after having an 18-6 lead. And I was at Buffalo Wild Wings that Saturday and watched that game. I'm trying to figure out now how the fuck you lose that game, you know?
You got a sorry ass quarterback.
Christian Hackenberg.
That dude was sorry as hell, man. They could have got them a better quarterback than that, man. And for the listeners out there, man, if I sound like a nigga from Brooklyn or from the Boogie Down Bronx, man, just, I just came off a badass allergy, so just forgive me, though. But I kind of sound like a nigga from Brooklyn right now, so just work with me. But anyway, yeah, man, Christian Hackenberg is garbage as hell right now, man. And
he's straight garbage.
That boy is that dude is in the Hispanic community, they call him mucho basura. He mucho basura.
You garbage, man. I've been saying that for the longest, and then matter of fact, he was garbage when he said that shit about James Franklin, though, man. Boy, man, you don't throw your coach under the bus like that. What the fuck?
If you can't play under a James Franklin offense who is quarterback friendly, there's only a handful of coaches out there that has a quarterback friendly system. Dabo Swinney is one of them. But if you can't play in a James Franklin offense, you don't need to play football at all. You need to just take your cleats and just hang them up.
Man, what you said, but I meant to buy this because I briefly glanced at it, and the headline in the sports page on it was Memphis loves its football, but doesn't want to support a pro football team. No. You can't please none of these Memphis fans out here. You really can't.
And then the thing is, they need to do something with the Liberty Bowl. They keep on trying to upgrade this fucking stadium. Y'all need to find a place somewhere out of the city or something and get you another. They trying to keep on. They're going through a power struggle with this raggedy ass Liberty Bowl. They need to do something about that shit, man. I mean, come on, man. They need to do something about that shit, man. That shit is raggedy ass shit, man. Or put a dome on top of it or something, man. They keep on trying to upgrade this garbage ass stadium. Come on, man. They need to do something about that bullshit, man.
Man, shit, that's asking too much. They got money, but shit, they got money for all this other bullshit, but not for a stadium. But I really think Memphis don't want shit. Let's just keep it 1,010 here. As I always say, and Jimmy, you and I both know the top 2 crazy states there is Florida and the one you live in now. Let's just go ahead and add the city of Memphis, Tennessee, or as my mom liked to call it, only in the state of Memphis, Tennessee, to that list. This is a city because Memphis, I've gone public on here. On matter of fact, on Let's Draw on something about Memphis. Memphis like to stay in one fucking damn gear, and they don't like they business and shit. So
yeah, Memphis
I really think. Go ahead.
No, I'm good. I was just saying. I was saying the same thing you were saying.
Yeah, they still stuck on a lot of shit, man. This is 2019. This ain't 19. This ain't 2009. This ain't 1999. This ain't 1989 to 79. Matter of fact, this ain't 1959. God damn it, shit. All that shit y'all did back then, it's old.
Yeah, I mean, Memphis is. I came down there for the holidays, and I was like, man, I mean, it was only a handful of shit that I could say they making progress in, but it's not a lot of progress they making, man. Now,
Right.
one thing I can say is they are putting, which they never had a problem getting criminals, but they do install the MPD have installed cameras around these neighborhoods. That's a good thing. It's easy to, if a murder happens, it won't be as hard as it was. Now, even though Memphis have always had like a 70%, what's the word I'm looking for? Have a 70% capture rate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With the cameras, it makes it easier now.
Yeah.
So that's the good thing about Memphis. It's more and more security cameras around the neighborhoods, from South Memphis all around the place. You can't get away with nothing in Memphis like you could now. You know what I'm saying? Now motherfuckers snitching anyway, but don't snitch on you anyway. But because that's why they had the first 48 motherfuckers singing soprano, Luviata Pavarotti, Lucy. They doing all types of shit over there in Memphis, man. In terms of singing up in this, they singing Aretha Franklin and every goddamn thing up in this motherfucker. So you're not gonna get away with You're not gonna get away with nothing out of Memphis. You kill somebody, you going to jail in Memphis. That's the good thing. The downside is it's slow as fuck. It's still slow, and the thing about Memphis is population is decreasing. It's a lot of people in Nashville. They are from Memphis. People are like, man, shit, we may as well, we can't do much worse in Nashville.
No.
And Nashville has become the largest city in Tennessee. As of the 2017 census, it became the largest city in Tennessee. Not only is the state capital, it's the largest city in Tennessee now.
And they're expanding. They're expanding every year.
They're expanding every year because it's a lot of people from Memphis moving there. It's about 50,000 people from Memphis moving out there. The only city that have more Memphis people is Atlanta, which for obvious reason. And the thing about Memphis is annexed multiple neighborhoods, but they're losing population in the process. So that's been a major problem. So, you can see why people don't want to stay in Memphis, and they need to catch up with the times. They need to upgrade everything. Everything is not upgraded. So it is what it is. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, but like when I came here to South Haven actually this my second go round here in South Haven. When my first go round to South Haven was 12 years ago, man, I could tell it was so fucking far behind. But see, you had to fault that last mayor that was in there. I'm not gonna say his name, but he's been widely known about a lot of shit. Spending the money. He's supposed to be spending money on one thing, but then turn around, he spent it on the opposite. Like the outlet mall. That outlet mall was supposed to be in here back in 2005. Okay. But instead we get this one that did the Southcrest Town Center, which is a shame. But then all of a sudden, the new outlet mall, I'm not sure, I believe it opened up back in 2015 or 2016 or something like that, because and it's a nice mall, and that was money well worth spent. Okay. But I've noticed now with this new mayor, now he from what they said when he first got in office, I mean, he with the times. Now, granted, I think they need to put some fucking, like I said on my last video, they need to put some fucking damn sidewalks and shit on certain streets or whatever. And with the apartments where I live at, I was noticing like the bulldozers and stuff was kind of like tearing down like some wooded areas or something. So, kind of like the wooded areas over here by the hospital. So maybe they get ready to do something. Who knows? But I've noticed South Haven, they have been modernizing a little bit. Yeah, they kind of they find I think South Haven they finally caught up. Horn Lake. I mean, if people don't want to live in South Haven, they can live in Horn Lake, which is more quieter, you know, and it's more Horn Lake is more like it's best kept because I lived in Horn Lake and I enjoyed it. I mean, it was quiet. Everything that you had access to everything right there. Like if you turned the corner, whether you driving or walking, you had access to what you needed right there. So yeah, Memphis does, and I'll just say it. Memphis does really need to keep up with the times along with the people. You know, but like you said, it is what it is, and it's like Memphis, you know, and I equate, and I hate to say it, you know, no matter. I'm not saying race, you know, shouting race or nothing like that, but everybody in Memphis are street niggas. Okay, everybody. No matter what color they is, you still gonna have some street in you. Yeah. And, you know, and Memphis has a little bit too much of that street end has too much street end mentality. And everybody knows about how I feel about how I feel about people from the street. And I publicly said it on here, and I even shared it in a few private conversations with a couple of friends of mine or whatever. And I don't want to say, oh, Craig racist. No, I'm not racist. I'm not prejudiced. So let's just get that on out there. Mm-hmm. So it is what it is on that. But man, I want to talk about Tennessee though. I was at Huey's, man, and getting a little something for the happy hour they had today. And was watching Pardon Interruption. Now I'm asking Saint this, and now they had the mail time thing. This the same question they ask on the mail time. I'm gonna ask you. Does Kentucky's win over then number 1 ranked Tennessee change your opinion about them contending for the NCAA title?
No. Thank you. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you play rivalry games, you see where your team is really at. And guess who gonna have a big rival this week?
Carolina.
Oh yeah. So we gonna.
Well, I'll be at work for that shit.
Well, I won't. I'll be falling asleep as I watch that damn game. I'm gonna see, and possibly I may see Roy Jones blow another game.
Me, Roy Williams,
like another game. So like he always do, he gonna get into a situation where he gonna let Duke go on a run, or he just might get blowed out. I mean, but I'm gonna be honest with you. It wouldn't shock me if Carolina fucked around and lost. But this would be the wake-up call Duke needs.
Carolina fan. I mean, because Carolina has been known to fuck up some games. So
yeah. And Coach K has more wins against Carolina than any other coach at Duke. That's the thing. He has damn near like 80% of the wins versus Carolina. You know? Yep. He has 80% of the wins.
But here's the thing: Carolina still they still win in the series though.
Yeah, well,
the all-time series.
The all-time, yeah. A lot of that, and also Dean Smith has had a winning record versus Coach K as well, though. But every coach that came after him, they have a losing record. Even though Roy Williams has had his moments, had his moments versus, he has most of the wins versus, out of all the all-time wins, he has most of the wins versus Carolina. Carolina is one of a handful of teams that have a series lead over Duke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So it is what it is, but it would not shock me if Carolina ends up beating Duke. And that's one thing y'all gotta be mindful of. Rivalry games are rivalry games for a reason. It's just like when they play against the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins was dead last in every statistical category. But they act like they were up. They act like they were ahead in every statistical category when they played the Patriots. Mm-hmm. You know why? Because that's their biggest rival. People forget that. A lot of Dolphins dominated that series in the 70s and up until like the mid 80s. I'll say about the mid 80s. Mid 80s, that's when the Patriots started getting the best of them. But that's a big rivalry game. You know what I'm saying? You got to respect your rival. Kentucky versus Tennessee, even though Florida in recent years have taken that spot, for the most part, because they've been ranked more than Tennessee, I got to give my boy, the head coach at Tennessee, a good job. He's bringing Rick Barnes. He's bringing that Tennessee-Kentucky. He's bringing that Tennessee-Kentucky rivalry game back, because for a long time that was Kentucky's biggest rivalry in the SEC prior to Arkansas coming in. And then the Florida came through. They had a few run-ins with Ole Miss here and there, but for the most part, that's always been their biggest rival in the SEC. So you gotta respect your rival. You gotta respect your rival, and that's where Tennessee got their ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm pretty sure they've already played them in Tennessee, haven't they?
No, they got to play them again. I got to check the schedule though, because I think Kentucky do play them at Tennessee though. But when I saw the game, I was about to tweet, and this is my tweet. I typed it up, but then didn't even hit post. I said, "Damn, the number one ranked team is playing like an unranked number one ranked team right about now." And when Rick Barnes called that timeout, because the way they was fucking up and shit, he called that timeout. That man didn't even look at him, dog. He didn't even look at his team. He let the assistants do the thing. He had to walk away for a minute. He was hot. You could tell he was pissed off. Because because he barked away. Because at one point, he just like, man, forget it. And he just sat down. The only time he made the most was he told the referee, I'm calling timeout. He got up, didn't even look at his team. He walked away. That's how pissed off Rick Barnes was. So and it's always been said, you don't have to say nothing to anybody to get your point across. You got to figure it out for yourself. So when Tennessee made that run, they had that momentum when they was coming back. Whatever Rick Barnes, like I said, Rick Barnes didn't say nothing to them dudes. He didn't even look at me. When he called timeout, he looked up the scoreboard. They looking his way. He walking off, and one of his assistants was coaching. He was pissed off. But hold up. But I got to give it to Rick, man. He didn't, year one was a shitty year for him because he ain't had shit to work with. But year two, though, yeah. I mean, I think Tennessee can contend for the national title. I would not be surprised if they go to the damn Final Four. Because Joe Laurinaitis, which was my next question here, he has them as a 2 or a 3, which brings me to this. What do you got? This comes from Melissa. Didn't say where it was from. She said, what do you got? Hey, Jimmy and Craig, what are your guys' opinions about ESPN's Joe Laurinaitis with his bracketology? You have to admit, 96%, 98% of the time, he is always right.
I would drop down 10 percentage points. I'll say more like 86, 85% right. I would drop it down a little bit, but
yeah, but she said 98. You said 86. I say 90% because the 2009 tournament, he called that shit right. He guessed that shit right as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
He guessed that shit right as hell. 3 tournament years in a row from 2009, 10, and 11. He guessed that. He guessed that clean, boy. But he the only guy I like because Joe know his shit. And he was even mad at the fact one year Virginia Tech got fucked over because they had strength of schedule. They was because that's when Seth Greenberg last coached them. And he even said that year Virginia Tech that had no business being in the damn NIT that year. I forgot what year that was. Because because Virginia Tech's RPI was ranked 9th. Their strength of schedule was ranked 5th. And their record against the top 10 was, get this, 9-1.
And looking at his roster, he was able to keep a lot of in-state recruits in since last year, because he's got top talent out of the state of Tennessee as well. So he's done a great job of keeping guys.
That's when he was coaching them then. He ain't coaching them now. I forgot who the coach is now. But
Rick Barnes. Rick Barnes has done a great job of keeping the border talent in the in-state top guys out of the state at home. So that's one of the reasons why they're doing so good as well at Tennessee too, because the key to being successful at Tennessee is either one, you get a top player like what's that guy's name that played for the Knicks? What was that guy's name? I can't even think. Huh?
Talking about Allen Houston?
No, it wasn't Allen. It wasn't Allen Houston. His dad pretty much got him. It was another guy. Way before that. The dude that killed the New York Knicks that year from the Knicks when he was playing for the Knicks. The guy that killed the Pistons. What was that guy name? What was that damn dude? I can't even think.
What year?
84.
Dale Ellis?
Huh?
Dale Ellis?
Not Dale Ellis. It's a dude before him. It's a
Bernard King?
Bernard King. Yeah. Because he basically what brought Tennessee, he basically what got black recruits. He wasn't the first black recruit there, but he was the first top black recruit out there. And Bernard King, when he came to Tennessee, because it was him and Ernie Gunfeld. They were the two. They were 1 and 2 all-time leading scorers at Tennessee till Allen Houston broke their records.
Mm-hmm.
Saying because both Ernie Grunfeld was from Tennessee. He was a Jewish boy from New York, and Bernard King was from the hood. Want to say the Bronx, but don't quote me on that. But anyway,
he was from the Bronx.
Yeah, okay. Bernard King, with Tennessee, either you recruit a highly recruited guy in the country, or you stay in state, or you get some guys out of Memphis. And what he's done is he's done the number 2 thing. He's been able to get guys. He's been able to get the top talent out of the state, and that's what's been making Rick Barnes so successful. So he's doing a great job there. And,
he is.
Yeah. He's doing a great job. You know what I'm saying? He's been able to do a little bit of national recruiting on the national side as well. But a lot of his talent is from that mid-state Knoxville area, Knoxville area type talent. So he's doing a damn good job at Tennessee. And yeah, he's up in age, but as long as he has the physical ability to coach, you know what I'm saying? Because Rick Barnes is 64. So
he don't look like 64 though, bro. Because I watched it Tennessee All Access one time on YouTube through the Tennessee Vols basketball YouTube channel. When that Admiral Schofield said when they was like because the secretary said he should be in his office. Said to look at his office empty. So they like, well, damn, okay. Well, he ain't. So even you said he liked to fool his secretary. So they went to the gym. There that man was. He had his laptop, paperwork, and everything sitting in there. He said, what, secretary told you I was in the office? Said, yeah. He said, I rarely be in there. He said, I hate being in the office. He said, unless I have to. He said, but this really here my office, this basketball court, my office. He one of them dudes, he and Schofield even said it. He said he one of them dudes that believe in getting there early and getting everybody out on time.
Yeah,
he ain't gonna hold you up. He an 8 to 9 hour dude. So, and if it's any game, and if it's like be any game plans or stuff like that, because said like on off days, he said like if the staff got he said like my coach staff has off days. I don't. He said. And they got families, or I don't care if they don't have families or not. And take advantage of off days. He said because when we back in that basketball court, That's when I want to know everything what's going on. I don't, because he was like one of the guys. I don't, the phone call about a game plan or nothing or whatever, unless he has something on his mind, or like, because he said like on one of his off days he'll look at game film in advance, because he said he borrowed a tactic from Jim Calhoun. Because remember that year when in the 98-99 Duke team, they had lost one game all year.
Mm-hmm.
And Jim Calhoun was able to beat that man. And he said, all you got to do is study tape. He said he studied the tape of when Cincinnati beat Duke that year in that Great Alaskan Shootout.
Mm-hmm.
He said you got to study that tape. He said every good team has weaknesses. So he said he'll study some film, and that's it. On his off day, that's it. He said he's gonna spend time with children. You know he got 2 black grandchildren.
Say what now?
You know Rick Barnes has 2 black grandchildren.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't know that, but he is 64. So as long as he have the physical capabilities of still being able to coach, because in these guys are coaching at later and later, man. When guys get 64, guys start be slowing down. But for Rick Barnes, I guess that's not true for him. So
no, I felt he got fucked over in Texas though.
Yeah, Texas is very impatient. I mean, because he basically took them to their first Final Four in a gang of years. So I don't know, man. It's crazy, man. So it is what it is with them. But with Tennessee, they're still have the capabilities of being in the Final Four. But we'll just see first. But he's definitely done a good job of recruiting, and he's looking forward to having another good top recruiting class as well. So Tennessee is going to be all right. I mean, I would expect them to lose to a Kentucky because that's their arch rival in the SEC.
I'd rather for them lose to Kentucky than to a Chaminade.
Exactly. I'll take that any time of the day before a Chaminade. So,
but let's be known, Chaminade did beat a number 1 ranked team before. That was the Ralph Sampson Virginia team. That was number 1.
Yeah.
So, but man, we got them old topics out the way. Man, and I kind of want to follow up on something. Because I think, I didn't get no. I think I got like 1 view from the video, because when you're doing a live on off on the phone signal, because again, I don't have Wi-Fi, and where I want to do where I can be able to get Wi-Fi at, I can't do videos in a public place, like live streams or whatever. The video that you did about the message to the women and stuff like that, that was basically good, because you basically reiterated on some points that I said. But I'm gonna tell you something. Post divorce life for me sucked.
Post divorce life for you suck, and why you say that?
Well, one thing is, I'm glad I'm divorced. I might well just gonna say that I'm single. But man, it's just some damn man. These women these days, man. Whew. Shit. You could own the whole world and they still wouldn't want your ass. So it's just like, damn, because man, trying to get, like I said, trying to get back in the groove of things and stuff like that. And then with work, and I got to share a little story about something like with work. I'm not what happened yesterday, because I'm not going to say them in the name of my employer. But man, last week, and I failed to talk about. Did we do a live stream last Sunday or something like that? I'm not too sure.
On a Saturday, and we did a live stream on a Saturday.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this happened because I went out by myself on that Saturday after I did the live stream. And for anybody live in South Haven, Mississippi, let me tell you something. Don't go to the damn TGI Fridays on Goodman, right by Malco Boulevard, right over the Malco Boulevard strip, right across from Starbucks. Because I'm going to tell everybody why. All right. Originally, I was supposed to be going to Huey's because just have me a beer, eat something, and I was gonna bring my mom something back and come on back home. Okay, so Huey's was packed like a motherfucker.
Mhm.
I mean, well, what you expect in South Haven? Everything gonna be packed starting Thursday. So, and spent Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But I went to TGI, Jimmy. I went to TGI Fridays, man, and they renovated everything and all the good stuff. Okay, when I go into a restaurant, okay, I'm gonna notice if it's clean or whatever, because I don't like waiting for a table or one person table or one person booth, or whatnot, this and that. I went to the bar, okay.
Yeah.
99, well, 100%, let me put it like this: 95 to 100% of the time, that bar has to be clean at all times. Okay. So I go there, man, and it's uh done plates and food and shit everywhere at that bar, at the bar section. So I took a chance, and I was like, and I thought about it. I said, well, shit, mom said she wanted something. So I'll sit here, enjoy something, and then get something to go and take my ass on back to the house before I had to hit work that last Sunday. Okay. So I sat down, and like I said, couldn't find a spot on, like I said, couldn't find a spot on the table or whatnot. And man, it was the spot where I sat at next to me. It was like some trash, and then somebody left some cakes and shit in a styrofoam container. So I asked the bartender. I said, "Hey," I said, I was like, are you, I wasn't being rude about it. What, are you, hey, are you gonna kind of get around to this? I said, because I'm not too cool sitting at a bar and it's not clean. So then she was like, well, I'm gonna get it clean. I'm like, okay. So she was just taking her time. So I sat down anyway. And I was not gonna order no fucking drink until that section of the bar where I was at, starting from where I was at into that part of the bar was fucking clean. Okay. So 5 minutes, she didn't get into it. And people, if you don't believe me, go type in Google TGI Fridays South, and you can see my unscathed review. Uh, so I'm just sitting there, and I was watching something. I was listening to that replay on our live stream that day, and lo and behold, man, I look on the corner of my eye. I thought I was seeing shit. Fucking bug crawls out.
Yuck.
I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? So then the girl gonna tell, I guess, one of the managers, and see, they busy around mixing up drinks and shit like that. Talking about, ooh, there was a bug that crawled up there. And I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was gonna let her know about it. So it took the manager to tell the damn bartender to clean that food up. Okay. Fucking Albert Einstein, who God rest his soul, who didn't have a lick of common sense, would know to clean up a bar. Okay.
You should clean the whole fucking restaurant.
Thank you. And it was something, and I like watching Bar Rescue because John Taffer got here. He said himself best. Your bar, entire bar is not clean. Your restaurant don't need to be run. Period. Exactly. And he's right, because he right. So then when she got around to clean all the stuff, so then she came to me. And she asked me what did I want to drink. I asked if she had a Dos Equis Amber and Draft. So I was like, I said, you had Dos Equis Amber and Draft? She said no. I said, well, we got in a bottle. I said, okay, I'll take a bottle. All right, I get the bottle, Jimmy, and I take a sip of it. Okay, beer is supposed to be served cold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that motherfucker was room temperature cold, and I was like, and I kind of had to stomach that. And I said, okay, and I'm buying it the fact that they just put it in the fridge. Okay, so I just went on ahead drunk it anyway. Cause I'll go ahead and order another. Go ahead, you finna chime on something.
No, I said nigga yuck.
But I went on ahead and toughed it out. Okay. So I ordered so I went ahead and ordered my food. And they had this little Fridays combos. You know, Fridays, they're not original about a lot of shit. I got like the wings, loaded potato skins, and the mozzarella stick platter. Cause they ain't had nothing too much good for me to eat. Like, you know, normally when I do go to Fridays, I would get like the ribs. Okay. But I just felt like getting something this and that. So I ordered that. Food came. It was hot for 10 minutes. And I quickly lost my fucking appetite because I ordered my wings with the ghost pepper sauce. And I know ghost pepper sauce when I taste it. It was like hitting this ghost pepper sauce there is like hit and miss. So I'm like, okay. Then, like I said, my food was hot for 10 minutes. Then it was cold as fuck. And I quick lost my appetite after the damn mozzarella sticks because the mozzarella sticks is like when you eat it at first, you know, like I said, you gotta eat it while it's hot. My mozzarella sticks went from cheesy to being that high school cafeteria cheesy, barely melted after 10 minutes. I'm
Damn.
like, okay, I'm TGI Friday South Haven. I'm putting y'all ass on fucking blast.
Yeah, they should be put on blast because
They
people.
should put on blast. I put their ass on blast on Facebook. I put their ass on blast on Google. Now I'm putting their ass on blast on here. And they tell me, why would you wait till a week later? I'll tell you why I waited till a week later. Because I had to work that same day. I had to work the next day, and Jimmy J had to work the next day also. And we two tired and we were two naturally born tired niggas from work. You ain't gonna be able to do shit but just come home, eat, and rest. That's it.
Oh
So,
yeah.
so there to clarify that up. Okay. So I didn't even eat the food, the rest of my food. Also, I ordered me another Dos Equis. Okay, so the second one I got, it was cold. I'm like, okay, that's good. This is the fucking kicker. All right, so I ordered my mom's food. She wanted some shrimp and chicken pasta fettuccine pasta. Out now pasta Alfredo. So I ordered that for and bring it back home. And from Fridays on the house walking distance, that's about like 10 minutes. So it was still hot when I brought it home. When I got the check, Jimmy, it was my whole everything with my little bit, my food, my two beers and her stuff. It was, you know, with tax and everything, it was $40. $40 total. These motherfuckers had the nerve to put on the damn receipt how much I need to tip them. They're gonna tell me I need to tip them. I said in the original Google review it was $7.32, but in actuality, I still had a receipt. It was $7.66. These motherfuckers had the nerve to tell me that I need to tip them $7.66. Hell no, you wasn't gonna get no 7% interest off of me from some shitty ass service in which it took your bartender, and she was nice looking by the way, but still, when it took your bartender and it told and let alone for somebody to have her to tell her to clean that shit up off the bar. You took your time to clean the fucking bar for about like 10 to 15 minutes. You serving some fucking lukewarm beer and when you should have outright should have just told me, oh, I just put these in. Well, would you want a substitute? You should have just said that. So yeah, TGI Friday South Haven. I gave you that bad review for the reason. And you can do all these damn little renovations all you want to. You know, big money renovations don't guarantee you big money service. That's a true fact. You know, if I pay my money I worked hard for on food, I don't care if it's happy hour and if I want a slab of ribs and some wings, I want my shit to be hot. I don't want my shit to the point, you know, when you or you don't feel like working. If you don't feel like working, quit. But I speak for everybody in there. If you know, if some of y'all still want to go over there and eat, hey, be my guest. But I will be damned if unless I'm desperately hungry, that'll be the only time I'll go there. But if I'm not but if I'm hungry, I'm not going there no more after this service. I mean, it was pissy poor. The bar was bad. The bar was barely clean. The bar was barely clean. My food was hot for 10 minutes, and it was just disappointing. And I remember back before the 2000s came, back in years of like what the time my damn phone call scam likely. Fuck you. Uh, from the time when I graduated high school back in to the early 2000s, I have to say from 2003 to 2004, TGI Fridays had some damn good fucking service. Now when you're dealing with these little new age ass people, they got the fucking work ethic of ashy knuckles and shit, and they don't want to do nothing. So no, TGI Fridays, South Haven on Goodman or Malco Boulevard, whatever it is, you will never get my business again. Bar none, period.
Yeah, that's some nasty ass shit. I don't think I've ever experienced a nasty ass restaurant like that. I don't think I have, and if I did, I can't think of it off the top of my head.
And they say they've been in this predicament before. Matter of fact, right before the renovation. So why would you repeat the same process now?
I would go to the fucking general manager if I could, and if that don't do no good, I would definitely.
Oh no, because from what I found out, any Google review you post, any TGI Fridays reviews you post on Google, it goes to corporate.
Yeah, so they should do something about that. And if I'm a corporate and I see some nasty ass shit somewhere, then I would try to send.
I'm shutting that motherfucker down on the spot.
Yeah, I would fire whoever led up to that shit, and then we would get that shit situated. But TGI Fridays, because I've never had that experience at TGI Fridays, and I've been to TGI Fridays all over the country. You know, from New York, LA, you name it. I've been to a TGI Fridays all over the country, and we got a shitload of them out here in Houston. So, but
now I think the best one that I went to was when I stayed in Huntsville, Alabama, when I was married. Okay, yeah, I mean, because shit was on point, you know. Mm-hmm. But and then, like I said, for all the times when I went to TGI Fridays, like in the late 90s to the 2000s, I never had no bad service, man. But just for this one, I don't know. I mean, it ain't me. Probably somebody say, well, great, they probably just gave you bad service, but they gave me good service. No, shit. Because a lot of folks complain about that shit.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you also got to think about a lot of these restaurants are bought out by different franchise owners and stuff like that. So let's say McDonald's, for instance, and I hate doing this, but it is what it is. One McDonald's might be clean as fuck, but this other McDonald's over here in Shitville, Texas, might be shitty as hell. You know what I'm saying? So that's the same with a TGI Fridays. A lot of those are owned by separate franchise owners and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the corporate office may say something about it, but you know, they may get at the general manager or get at the franchise owner. They be like, hey, you know, you're making us look bad over here. You gotta fire whoever that is making you look bad over there. So,
you know, either fire them or tell them to set their game up, you know?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, because if I was a manager of that and I saw that, hey, I'm shutting the bar down until all this is cleaned up. The bar shut down until this is thoroughly cleaned up.
Yeah, and you shouldn't have to go through that. You should go to a bar, and you should be able to have you a good time, and you should be able to eat your food in peace. You shouldn't be able to go to some nasty ass shit. Shit, if I want to go to some nasty ass shit, I'll go to some trifling ass people's house to eat. Shit.
Thank you. I didn't think, you know, and I think the last time I did eat that TGI Fridays was 4 years ago when I left to start a life in Huntsville, Alabama. And the food was on point, wasn't nothing cold or nothing. Everything was hot, you know. But for this instance, no. So if anybody that's in South Haven Cause and as Jimmy put it, you know, and I'm gonna borrow his little phrase. Some of you folks from some of you old Niggerville laden ass folks here that live here in Memphis, Tennessee, or in South Haven, don't go there TGI Fridays. I don't care. I wouldn't want to throw a baby shower at that sucker and risk that girl's baby in her stomach to go up in that motherfucker to have that food go down her stomach, go down her mouth to both stomachs. No, don't do it.
Eat at that motherfucker. That's how fucked up that shit is.
Cause it's nasty. Now, Huey's, yeah, even though they do serve the same shit, it's clean. Okay. You know, it's clean. You go to Buffalo Wild Wings, Kubla Khan, they're clean. Fox and Hound, under new management, they changed everything around. They stay clean. You know?
And when you're preparing people food, you should make it your business to be as clean as fucking possible. You know, I have a, you know,
Jimmy, I lost you there. Say what now?
You know, when I'm cooking for, let's say I'm cooking, whether I'm cooking for myself or cooking for anybody else, I have a crazy habit of washing my hands. When I leave out the kitchen, I'm washing my hands. When I come back in the kitchen, I'm washing my hands. That's one of those things, because you don't know what will come. You know, I want to make sure my shit want to be as clean as possible. You know.
Yeah. I mean, that's when you prepare food, wherever, and you don't care if you stepping off getting a paper towel, you still wash your hands. You know?
Yeah. Because people think I'm crazy when I do that shit, but that's just one thing I do. You know, I'm in the habit of that, man, because it's just one of those things, man. I want to make sure my shit is clean on top of clean. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is when it comes to that, man. So when you preparing people food, you know, motherfucker, make sure your shit is clean, man. Don't be digging in your ass and scratching your nuts preparing folks food. Wash your motherfucking hands, goddammit. Shit.
Thank you. You know, and then but back to what I was saying though, man. Shit. Getting me trying to get back out of the game at 40, going on 41. I might as well slow my roll for a second, because shit ain't you know. Like I said, you can own basically the whole fucking world, and a woman still don't want your ass. You know, I recently had a friend of mine knock me, and this is their words, and I quote: "Don't no woman want you because you too arrogant. How you gonna be arrogant and you ain't got shit of your own? You know what the fuck? You know." And you know, this type of friend, all they worry about is me want to tell me what the fuck to do with my money. Like, they had a conversation with me last night, gonna worry about, you know, yeah, I'm setting some money aside to get me a car. But if you're gonna tell me what I need to cut out doing, like entertainment and all this other stuff, and I bust out questions, I said, so, you know, drawing part of entertainment, that's a hobby. So you telling me to cut that out too?
Man, you know, don't even.
I don't even, you know, and you know, they're okay, but see, they don't know better themselves, because as Louis Riddick in his own way told Stephen A. Smith, them same fingers you point at about somebody, you best believe it's some point at your ass.
I wouldn't even take with these trash ass chicks and saying serious any fucking way. If they looking for something to be like, well, you know, if they looking for a reason to reject you, I don't need your motherfucking ass anyway. I got too much goddamn confidence in myself any fucking way. I wouldn't even waste my time. I would focus on building myself. That's what I would do at this point.
I mean, and that's what I'm doing right now, man, because I wasn't studying what this person was saying, because, you know, they got room to fucking talk. I have admitted on here, you know, yeah, I'm arrogant as fuck. Hell, who ain't arrogant? The shit. We all got a little bit of arrogance in us, but you know, number 45 is a prime example. He takes arrogance beyond the level of arrogance. Dare I say it? The best president who I believe in our opinion, along with Clinton, they both had a form of arrogance, but they backed it up. You know, I mean, it don't matter if a motherfucker ain't got shit. Okay, hey, I'm not sounding like I'm drowning, do I?
No, you don't sound like you're drowning. You good?
Okay, you know, it don't matter if somebody don't have shit. They still gonna be fucking arrogant as long as they can back it up. You know, this friend, I'm not saying who they are. They broke the fuck, and it's like telling them what not to question about a grown individual. You know, they fucking do it anyway. And it's like these new age grown ass, it's like these grown ass adults that's, you know, that grew up in the early mid 70s or whatnot, and they forgot their place. I've always say, if you are a male or female, you do not question two things about about the said male or female. You don't question about what they got in their pockets, and you don't question about what they got in their front door. What's going on behind their front door? That rule applies to me. I mean, you know, like there are some women out there, they commend me for the fact that because they said a real nigga wouldn't, a real man wouldn't have done what you done, Craig. Was move back home with mom to help her out, and then when it's time for you to go, it's time to go. Even some of my lady friends gave some good advice, which is this. She said, and it was like one of them even said this, said, Craig, you know, after you helped your mom, you know, hey, I wouldn't be in too much of a hurry to move. Because it may become a time when she may need you. That's some real shit.
She's up in age.
Huh?
Yeah, she up in age. I recommend you, you know, from your situation, you know, you can.
Oh, you
know, because
you say that again because you had conked out.
No, I was saying I would recommend you stay there as long as you can. You know, so it is what it is.
Yeah, because I mean, because you know, I'll admit, I even had a brief little come to Jesus with him on some things, you know, and it's something I wasn't cool with, and she knew I wasn't cool with, and I just let her know my ground, you know. And let me say this here, and speaking of parents, let me say this, and I was gonna do a live video on this on my own, but Jimmy and I, we're gonna talk about it. If you have a parent, if you're a parent that's listening, that's my mom's age or Jimmy's mom's age, or let alone if you're a parent that's my age and up and Jimmy's age and up. Let me tell you something. Get to know your child. All right. Because, you know, don't get to know them the way you want to know them. You need to thoroughly know your child. You really need to thoroughly know what is it they like and dislike. I've always had that problem with my moms and pops, man, especially with the latter, because, you know, in the span of the saying, Jimmy, I can teach you I taught you what you know, but I didn't teach you everything I know. Okay. My late father was like this. I'm gonna tell you what I want you to know about CJ, but I'm not about Craig, but I don't want you to hear what you need to know from him. In that more of a sense. Because you know, like I'll just go ahead and say it, just snippets of the conversation. As you know, because like I said, my mom, she kind of pissed me off on something one day, and that's the wrong thing. That's one thing you don't do. And I just basically told her, you know, I said, Mom, it just seemed lately. I said, no, I don't mean no harm. You don't give a damn about nothing lately, do you? I said, you really, I said, and you always say you think you know me. No, you really don't know me. I said, because while you're still on one gear, I'm like the times. I'm like technology. I'm like a Samsung Galaxy. I upgrade all the time. I change with the times. Parents, you're gonna have to thoroughly know what goes on in your child's mind. And that bullshit that we was taught about a child need to be seen, not heard, fuck y'all. Because I mainly told my family members that. I told two of my cousins that live in Chicago, I love them to death. But at the age at 12 years old, I told them both, fuck you. Dead to their face. Gonna tell me about a child need to be seen, not heard. You know, I was 11 years old going on 12 at the time. Don't tell your child no bullshit like that. Never. Sit down and get to know and talk to your child. And Jimmy, stop me if you heard this before. You see more children get killed on the news, and then they mom be talking about some. I ain't know nothing about my baby was doing this, doing that. My baby, woo woo woo. Well, you know what? That's your fault. Fathers, I fought your ass too. Because just because you was raised at a point where your parents or said grandparents didn't get to know you, that don't mean you following the same footsteps as your parents did either. I mean, get to know your child, man. You know, like one conversation, man. My pops did not know that I did not like people that were better than me financially and bragged about it. I did not like, you know, I don't, you know, still to this day, I don't like entitled people. He didn't know that. This is like 20 some years ago. He did not know that. You know? So, you know, in light of that, man, look, parents, get to know your child. Even high school, whatever. Yeah, they up in age. You know, break out their mentality about they need to be seen, not heard, and all other shit. Look, this 2019, this ain't 1980, this ain't 1979 anymore. This ain't 1989. I know in 1999, which was a damn good year for me personally, that shit was oblivious then. Y'all need to get with the fucking times. Like I said, parents is me and Jimmy J Smooth's age, and parents and the parents of parents. Hey, y'all need to get with the times. Get that, take that gear out of park and put it in drive and get on the bus and get on the bus and join us. Yes, it's understandable. Some, you know, like, and I'm gonna tell you about it in a minute. I had a talk with my boss's boss when he wanted to try to school me in on some shit, and I had to put him in his place. I had to kind of put him on something. But y'all need to learn how. Y'all need to start getting to know your child, man. Like I told my mom is, I'm gonna say it. My mom the 66, okay? She still don't know a damn thing about me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she don't. But I have told her, I said, hey, I don't do what you want me to do. That's been you and I even told her that. I said, hey, that's been you and Pastor's problem all along, and it pisses y'all off. And I enjoy every bit of it. Your children are not puppets. Yeah, we had a string when we were born. It was called an umbilical cord, and that had to be cut off. We don't have no minister strings running around. Parents, your children are not fucking puppets. You can't control them into doing what you want them to do. Don't get mad because they don't do what you want them to do. The real story is this: you mad about the fact that they don't do what you want them to do is because your ass didn't do it. It's just plain and simple.
Yeah.
So, you know, get to know your child, man, regardless. Excuse me, if he graduated in high school, sit down and figure out what his plans were or whatever, and stop trying to play a role of being a goody two shoe and all the other shit. When really, you know, you ain't shit. You know, you ain't fooling nobody. You know, let your child be themselves. I mean, if they want to be handicapped, you can park in the handicap section in the car. But don't, you know, in the car park, you know, in the parking lot of a car, you know, when you park your car in a handicap spot. But you don't stop trying to use your children as puppets and get to know your child, man. That's really just the most sick. That's really just the thing that really bothers me about some of these parents. So I figure I'll put that out there. You got anything you want to chime in on that one?
Man, you said everything you needed to say on that one, so I don't have too much to say on that as far as that is concerned. So it is what it is with that, man. You got anything else you wanted to bring up in as well?
Nah, I was gonna talk about my current job, but I ain't gonna do that though. But I'm gonna put a I'm gonna say this little stupid moment that
Okay.
was happened yesterday. Uh, not gonna say the name of the job because I don't want to get in trouble. But the warehouse manager, I had a meeting with him yesterday about some things. Okay, so I told him it was just some ways I didn't understand. So he gonna say, so I had to correct him on something when I bust him out talking about, so I don't know how you assume. I said, back up. I said, you 27 years old, I'm 40. I don't assume shit. I presume, because I know what assumptions do. I said, no disrespect. I said, I'm telling you how I am. And see, and just kind of like the way he talks to people, dude, that rubs me the wrong way. But when this man asked me, talking about I want you to explain to me. I said, well, I'm not going to explain to you because that's an excuse. I said, as my late old man told me, an explanation. When a person tell you they want you to explain something to them, that's called for. I want you to give me an excuse as to why you think that. I'll give you a reason. And I told him that. I said, now I'm gonna give you a reason. I said, there's a difference between a reason and explanation. A reason is final. A reason is final, but it's no excuse to that. Yeah. So we had to talk about it. And I kind of corrected him on some little things. So, and he still want to try to get the little one up on me. People that know me personally, let me tell you something. Oh, and I even had one young nigga talk about that, like some, by the way, if you saw my Facebook post when a young nigga told me that a point that I made to him don't mean shit. I'm going to tell you why it don't mean shit. Because you can't relate to what's real and what's quote unquote real. Okay. But to my but anyway, and I'm not getting the nature conversation and stuff like that. Okay, now we went on a break yesterday. All right. And dude didn't have no downtime for him. Now I went on break. Now I stopped doing what I'm doing, and I gotta take a piss. Okay. Mm-hmm. So the warehouse manager could tell me, he said, well, I ain't getting no downtime sheet from you. I said, well, hey, I asked you if you had none. He said, no. I said, so I'll just fill it out later. I said, because right now I'm finna go take my break. I use the bathroom. I'll come back and fill a downtime sheet out when I come back from the bathroom. No, you need to fill it out now because I don't want to be you saying that you didn't make your numbers. I said, and I'm not gonna say his name. I said, I gotta pee. I said, dude, I gotta pee. I'm not gonna put my piss on pause. You want me to put my piss on pause? He said, but I need it now. I said, look, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll fill it out now. And I just walked off while he talking about some, well, you need to fill it out now, Jimmy. And I just kept walking. See, and it just go to show you, man, when these young guys, especially when they're the opposite color of us, they don't know how to fucking talk to people. I don't give a damn what position you in. If you a fucking supervisor or a manager or whatever, you need to fucking learn how to talk to people. Oh, and to some of all you young niggas, but young guys that out there that work out there at the job with me, some of y'all motherfuckers need to learn how to respect y'all elders too, regardless how the fuck they are. Because hey, I'm 40 years old and I say some real shit. Like I had explained to my HR manager and my supervisor what it means by going into business for yourself. That's basically another way of saying a motherfucker selfish.
Yeah.
So, he said, I said, so, and I just told him, I said, well, it's more some way of saying selfish. I just, and my supervisor's like, I got it. And I gave him an example. I said, okay. I said, for example, you my football coach and you tell me, Craig, I want you to run up the gut so we can win this damn game. If you run up the gut and if you don't make it, I'll take the hit. They can't say we didn't try to win the game. But instead of me running that football up the middle, what I do, I decided to go into the business for myself, excuse me, and run a sweep and a loss of yards and a fumble and we lose the game. I said, who you think gonna take the hit? And the supervisor told me, he said, you, because you didn't listen. You decide to do something for yourself instead of what I asked you to do. So he got that. So, but that's what I'm just saying, man. And it's just like good group of guys out there, but some of the dudes out there, like the young dude I mentioned, like the young guy I mentioned, when he come talk about my point don't mean shit. Fuck you on that one. Because it's like it's no respect. It's like it's really no respect for anybody out there, period. And it just feel like, oh, I can do this, do that. I can talk to you any way I want to. No, you can't talk to me any kind of way you can't talk to me any way you fucking want to. Hey, I'm 40 years old, and and some of them cats out there old enough to be my damn son if I started fatherhood early, and you can tell some of them didn't have no fathers themselves. Or at all. Like one guy cool as shit, but he stayed disrupting the supervisor when he talking in the meeting and all that shit. I don't like that shit, dog. Let the man talk. Sometimes I had to bite my tongue. I be wanting to man shut up, let the man talk. But I didn't want to say nothing. So, it's to keep, so I won't start no shit with nobody. Everybody out there all about trying to make their percentage to maintain their $22 an hour, because some of them cats don't want to lose that 100% or more rate. I mean, I'll admit, I try to get there most of the time, but what, Jimmy, the job I work at, man, like I told you off air, it's money's good, but it's physically demanding. So, I mean, it is what it is on that one.
Yeah. It's true. That is true, my brother.
Excuse me, y'all. I got choked up on some. I was drinking something too fast, but you got anything you want to add? Well, pick the winner for Wednesday, man. I got Carolina.
I got Duke.
Yep. Well, Virginia. Guess what? Virginia found offense, Jimmy.
Finally.
For how long? That's the question.
They need to stick to it. They need for the defense, type of defense they play. They need to go to a pick and roll flex, or they need to do something.
Because they put up 90. They put up 90. They almost put 90 up against my boys the last time, and shit, they played Virginia, and then the other day they put up 85. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. They scored. They finally finna hit the 80s and 90s. Wait a minute. I said, did Tony Bennett happen to hear the Jimmy J Smooth show and hear Jimmy J get on his ass about something, or did the players tell him something?
Yeah, I mean, they need to hear more of it, because they offense been garbage, dude.
Yep. And I gotta disagree with something on Joe Laurinaitis. I will never put Virginia as a first seed again. They're more of a second.
Yeah, they're more of a second.
Get that shit. Well, they already said Tennessee gonna be a first anyway. So if anything, I would give it just for shits and giggles. I'll give it to Michigan State. Virginia don't need one now after that shit they did. Like, man.
But I predicted something like that would happen. I didn't know Virginia was going to be would be the victim, but I predicted a number 16 seed was going to be the number 1 seed. I've been predicting that for like the last year, at least the last 2 years.
And so, I would have bought Virginia losing in the second round. Now, if Wichita State was still playing like the Wichita State we've been seeing, no, they wouldn't have let no team like Baltimore County whoop their ass. Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. Greg Marshall would have ran them boys out to Bennett. Tony Bennett just took the motherfuckers for granted. He didn't have them boys prepared. And like what Baltimore County's coach said, he said we caught them white. He said we beat them We beat their strength with their own weakness.
Exactly.
They strength has the defense, and they beat them with the scoring, and they beat them with offense.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna run a slow down system, the thing you need to do is you need to have a dominant center that can score. That's first and foremost. If you're gonna slow the game down like that, you need to have a dominant center that can score easy baskets for you. Or you just need to come up with a fucking offense. And that's been a problem with slow down defensive systems. You know what I'm saying? Like the Princeton offense. The Princeton offense, you got to have at least one good offensive player on that team in order to counterbalance that shit out. Otherwise, the Princeton offense is not going to work. People ain't going to fall for that dumbass shit. You just going to get your light shot out. So,
hell no. Hell no. I mean, now granted, now Princeton's off. Now I'm gonna tell you something though, but Princeton's offense has evolved. You know, not only is it slow down, excuse me, not only is it a slow down offense, but you put more points on the board as well. Because I mean, I when I used to see Princeton in the NCAA tournament playing the team, I turned the TV off because I got tired of this shit. But when Pete Newell, that's if he's still around, if not, got if he's still around, God bless him. You know, maybe so. I'm not speaking ill of Pete Newell if he's dead or alive, but but when Pete Newell became an assistant coach for them good ass Sacramento Kings, he evolved his damn offense. It was more like a mixture of run and gun with that shit, and then everybody kept copying off that man, and then he changed it up. You know, like everybody's saying about with NFL a copycat league. Hey, NBA is a copycat league too. So, but I really think, like you said, if Virginia can evolve with the flex, I mean, oh, by the way, your boys Gonzaga almost lost Saturday. But they pulled it together though. I mean, look what Gonzaga's fucking doing. Jimmy's favorite team. I've noticed that they run a more, they run the flex. They run the Mark Few version of the flex. But I noticed that they run a little bit of the Princeton offense too against certain teams also.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if Tony Bennett can whatever the fuck it is, even in so far, if the man going to the fucking four corners offense, okay, show me something, or utilize the Coach K offense. And if any Duke player tell me that R.J. Barrett is better than Zion Williamson, you can kiss my ass, because I voiced my opinion about R.J. Barrett. He is not a better player than Zion Williamson or Cam Reddish. The latter, they're more about the team. The former is more about padding stats.
You're talking about Pete Carril. That's the exact name. Pete Newell. Pete Carril. Pete Newell coached the he coached the California Golden Bears, which to their only national title. But Pete Carril is actually still alive. He's
okay, I stand corrected on that typo. I'm sorry, Carril, but Pete Carril,
Yeah, I forget too.
Pete Carril, I stand corrected. Pete Carril, and that's good. He's still alive and kicking. But what I was saying, but yeah, everybody. But see, even Zion Williamson had to chime in and tell ESPN, "Look, don't label me as a dunker. Yeah, I can shoot." Do they know that Zion Williamson shoots 43% from 3-point range for a fucking big man?
Exactly.
Do they know that RJ Barrett shoots 38% from 3-point range and has taken up more shots than anybody in the ACC and than any player in the ACC by himself? Period. Alone. Cam Reddish has his moments. He's not selfish. He's unselfish. He have some bad games, but he make up for them with his play on the defensive end. If he has a bad defensive game, he makes up for it with his offense. So I think Zion, when it comes down to it, Zion is better than RJ Barrett. And as my boy Trey Murphy say, And in regards to Barrett, you say you can't trust them Canadian boys. They're garbage. They ain't garbage in college, we said, but when they get in the NBA, they garbage.
And the thing is, a lot of them Canadian boys supposed to be the badasses in the NBA, and because you're right on the borderline to play against American talent, so it ain't no excuse for a Canadian player who's drafted in the first 10 rounds, first 10 picks, should be garbage, dog. I mean, there is no excuses for to be garbage.
Let's see, Andrew Wiggins, Trick Bitch Thompson.
Trick Bitch Thompson, yep. Andrew Wiggins ain't. I wouldn't say Wiggins garbage. The jury's out on him. He's been pretty consistent, but I'll say the other guys like Anthony Bennett, yeah, they some bullshit.
Yeah, Anthony Bennett, he out the fucking league. Trick Bitch Thompson, he probably cheated on the Kardashian he with by now.
Well, she deserves it. But Trick Bitch Thompson ain't shit. Fuck Trick Bitch Thompson.
You gonna leave your wife when she carrying your baby for that bitch. Oh, excuse me, y'all. But I'm just calling it what it is.
Fuck that hoe. He's an entire hoe for that. He deserves to get all the fucking criticism. He deserves all the whole ass smoke for that. He deserves all because he is a hoe for that.
Straight hoe.
So, an all-time hoe. He on the all-time hoe list.
He's an all-time hoe. Yes, he is.
Yeah, but I clown his ass every chance I get. Trick Bitch Thompson. And I hope that Kardashian wiped that boy clean.
Yes. Ain't number the hope and that shit. Kardashian ain't number money grabbers himself. All them daughters.
Yeah, all them fuck them bitches.
Kanye, Chloe, who else?
Kanye, come on. I get on his. I
don't even want to talk about that motherfucker. Fuck him.
He an all-time hoe too.
That cocksucker reported ever since that cocksucker reported me on Twitter, it had me blocked. Had me blocked on Twitter for 24 hours. I think you motherfucker.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, man, I don't have nothing to add. We didn't covered everything. Everything it is on there, but
well, let me ask you this before we go. Hold on. Before we go, you wanted to say something about the show that I did last week about the ladies. What was your thoughts on that?
I enjoyed it because because I put up a video in a similar fashion, and now I apologize to viewers. As a matter of fact, this is a Jimmy J Smooth extra. This is somewhat the stuff that you don't get to hear on air, but we're giving you guys a rare treat. I enjoyed it, man, because you cover something, because you remember you did that live stream back about the males, and then I followed up with the females, right? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening to you. I'm just listening to you.
I followed with the females. I mean, everybody enjoyed that one. It was more, you really went in depth and clarified everything that I said. I'm not saying you plagiarizing, but you really told the fucking truth. And it's like I said, it's about the fact about why I'm trying to, why I'm kind of maintaining myself from dating now. I'm back in a single life, like right about now, officially. Because let's put it like this for the record. Somebody came up here this past Saturday. They finally decided to program their pedestrian brain to change from contested to uncontested. So now I don't have to worry about trying to go to a court date. So I'm glad about that. So it's officially final. But now, but as I was saying, but you covered everything that was on point. And really, listeners of Let's Draw on Something and Jimmy J Smooth Network, take heed to the words what the latter and the former, which is myself and Jimmy, said in those videos about you women. If you 18 years old, well, I'll just do one better. If you're 16 and up, you need to think about your life. As far as talking about what your career plans, what your life goals are. If you want to go to college, fucking do that. You know, don't be some old, I'm gonna go ahead and say, don't be some little hood rat Section 8 laden ass with the woman with some Section 8 hood rat mentality, having all these fucking children before you even hit 21 or hit 30, and be talking about some, ooh, I wish girl, I wish I had went to school. Ooh, I wish I had did that. No. What you really need to get out the way is, and this is something I pass along. Write down, ladies, you young ladies at 16 and up, listen. And even some of my age, you need to listen. If you got goals, if you still accomplish your goals, if you Jimmy J. Smooths at my age, accomplish some more. Write down 5 things that you want to do. After 5, strike out 2, leave out 3. And then after that 3, strike out the other 2 and focus on that 1. That's what y'all need to do. You ain't got time to be worrying about laying up with some little deadbeat ass nothing nigga that ain't got shit, ain't got a fucking job to first and whatever. And another thing, ladies, if you're gonna get into a relationship, and Jimmy and I have been saying this for the fucking longest, stop dating these dudes that got multiple goddamn children outside y'all fucking relationship. Period. That's bad business. That is bad fucking business.
Exactly.
I had a family member that did that. She learned her lesson from that shit. That's bad fucking damn business. I even told her that to her face. She don't like listening to me. Her uncle, who's my late pops, told her that to her face while the man was standing right there. And he basically said, that's bad for business, right? If they got some kids. He told her that in front of her face. That is bad for fucking business, and that makes you look bad. If you ain't got no children of your own, why would you want to date a man that got about a multitude of children that he can barely feed with a loaf of bread and some fish? Not knocking our Lord and Savior about what he did with the Last Supper. We all know that story. But if you ain't got no children and you dating a guy that got about 3 or 4 different children and he barely take care of them, you ain't shit to date him. And you really ain't shit when you have his child, he turn around, park his shoes under some other woman's bed and knock her up with several more. No, man. That is bad business. That's bad business for your life. Don't do that shit. Real talk.
And I say, when you become an adult, I say date older. I'm speaking on women that are 18 and up. You know what I'm saying? Date older, date much older, because when you date guys around your age, them niggas ain't thinking about, the young guys is not thinking about being serious. It's rare that you find that, but I wouldn't even go through that. If I'm a woman that's trying to look to get her shit together, I'm not trying to go through all the different niggas to find out that if they try to get serious. A dude 18, 21, 22, all they want is some ass. Let's just keep it 1,010. You on top of the food chain, all the dude want is some ass. You know what I'm saying? So if you go get with a guy, get somebody that's a college graduate, get somebody that career is situated. You know what I'm saying? Get somebody that's much older. You know what I'm saying? Because if you date somebody around your age, you're not gonna get no game from them. You just not. So it's just best to date older if you're gonna go that route. I say between 18, 21, 22 in some cases. I say focus on your career. But if you are gonna go,
that same rule apply to the fellas too. Date a woman that's old also.
I gotta address guys a little different, because that's a different situation. That's a different angle.
Yeah, not too old, gentlemen, but
I'm just saying, I gotta. There's a way I gotta address that. That's a whole nother factor. But women in particular, women definitely need to go older for sure. That's not even that ain't even to be disputed because women need the game from these dudes.
man,
You know
what?
Women need the game from these dudes. But I say go older. If you're a college girl, go older. If you're gonna decide to step out. If you try to step out with those college dudes, because women gonna do what they want to do. They gonna get a pussy whoever the fuck they want to get a pussy to. Let's just keep it 1,010.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We can't even act because telling them don't fuck is just not practical. If you're gonna fuck something,
look, telling a woman don't fuck is like telling a rat don't jump in the corner wall. Don't jump in the corner.
Exactly. So I say if you're gonna fuck somebody successful if you're gonna do that. Anyway, but you know, to the ladies, you know what I'm saying? Go back to my special. I might do another one. But take heed to what I'm saying and take heed to what my brother Craig is saying, because you know what I'm saying? It's some life-changing information. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna address women who already have children, you know what I'm saying? Because I gotta address them a whole totally different way than I do women that don't have children. But you know, your best years is when you don't have children. Because if you have them too early, that's gonna down. That's gonna slow down maturity for the most part. That's gonna slow down your options and shit like that. Because then at that point, you gotta rely on a nigga to be like, shit. You gotta rely on looks at that point because a nigga ain't gonna fuck with no Beastmaster looking bitch with kids. Let's just stop bullshitting and you know and keep it 1,010. If you don't look like Taraji P. Henson or nobody, if you ain't got the look, a nigga ain't fucking with no goddamn 3 kids. The only time you ever see a nigga fucking with a female that has a gang of kids is
they got their shit together.
That's one of the 3. Oh, they got their shit together. That's 1. 2, she got a fat ass, or 2 or 3, she look good. And
yep.
a lot of guys ain't gonna go through that drama for the most part. So, but I'll address women. And I'll address women whenever I'm physically capable. Right now, my black ass sound like Busta Rhymes from 1990 up in this motherfucker with this horse ass voice up in this shit. Hopefully, I can do it by the end of the week. So yeah. It is. But
then another thing, and this applies to both to my fellow women and to my fellas. Stop fucking backtracking.
No, I agree with that. Totally agree with that.
I don't give a fuck. Now, if you want to pop on me and I even had one person, you know, hey, don't pop no shit on me about me backtrack because I'm not trying to backtrack with anybody. Period. I mean, I'll establish something with them, but you know, but I'm not trying to backtrack as far as getting with them because they did this and done that. But when you realize all the fucked up shit that they done to you and you still backtrack with them, it kind of make you look weak.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. I'm not saying there are some weak people. I'm not saying that, oh, Craig calling me weak. No, I'm not calling you weak. It makes you look weak.
Call it is. Huh? What it is. That's some weak shit to backtrack with some.
Okay, it is weak. You know.
Call it. Yeah.
And we got a lot, and you know, I'll admit I've been a victim of it. You know, now like some of my exes, yeah, I talk to. But I'm not, you know, as far as like establishing a relationship with them or whatever, this and that, I'm not going to do that. You know, those relationships have been in place for years that I have. Okay. You know, regardless. But as far as backtrack, excuse me, as far as backtrack with some to be in a relationship, and if they ain't done a lot of fuck shit to you, it's not worth it. But if they did do some fucked up shit and they admit it, but I'm put like this: if they did some fucked up shit to you that they don't know better about, that's on them. Okay, you probably can't give them a second chance, but if you constantly give them second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, then I can go on and on and on and on. And they want to help you do this and do that, let alone they want to help you, they want to help you, they want to take you in, they want to take you to a spot for a pot for you to piss in. You don't need to be with them. That's just straight up. You don't need to do that. I mean, if you know that, I mean, like I said, if you're willing to give them a second chance, that's understandable. But if you just backtrack because all other options fail, and you used to getting fucked over by this male or this dude, this bitch ass dude, or this old punk ass female, you weak. That's straight up. You weak. You are weak. And that is very weak. So don't make yourself look, but I'm gonna say this: if you're gonna backtrack and you willing to give that person another chance, do it. But if they kept fucking up, no, don't do it. It ain't worth it.
No, it really ain't.
You gonna have to stop these shit. I get sick of folks with that shit. But you know, and then some people say, "Well, Craig, I ain't never had to backtrack with nobody unless I'm willing to give them a second chance." Yeah, that's the only time. But if you done fucked me over so many times, no, you don't deserve no chance. You deserve to be a friend at a distance with me.
I agree. Totally agree.
You know, I'll keep a course of distance with you and stuff like that. But if you didn't fuck me over royally and I'm willing to give you a second chance, okay. So stop backtracking, fellas. Stop trying to find all these hoochies because we got a good ass and shit. And some of us, hey, we too old for that shit. Hell, I'm 40 years old. I know hey, I ain't trying to get into somebody's pants right now. I'm working on establishing myself. And that's for real, you know. So with that being said, if you want to address more on that, you're in, Jim, you can. Whether it's on here or on your live streams, whatever you feel like putting video on at time. But
oh yeah, I'm gonna knock myself out as soon as I get off this live. So it is what it is when it comes to that, man. So if you ain't got nothing, you don't got anything else?
No, that's it. I mean, just everything what we just covered, man. I'm just telling both our listeners, take heed to what we fucking saying. Period. We wouldn't be telling this if we ain't been experienced. Because, hey, you know, my zodiac sign the Libra, and they always say it from the black person term. You can't play the game with the Libra because the Libra is the game.
I heard
we gonna know what the fuck you finna pull on us for you even pull it. So Jim and I, we spit game to you, knowledge. Take heed and listen. You know, if you don't want to listen, hey, my best. If you want to listen, so you won't suffer the consequences, go ahead. But if you don't want to listen to us and rather take your chance to suffer the consequences, oh well. That's all I gotta say.
Oh yeah.
Oh well.
So once again, this your boy live and direct in full effect out the 832 with my boy in the 662, and y'all already know how both of us do. Peace out, and we'll see you in the next show. All right.
Most deaf, and the pleasure has been all yours.